Hey guys, how are we doing today? This is Wally with Best Web Hosting for WordPress.net. And in today's Namecheap EasyWP review, we're going to be focusing on this new WordPress hosting product that just came out. So if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, is it really any good to create your next website, or should you just go about using one of their competitors? If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. And that way, any future videos, guys, that I put up, you'll be sure to receive them. So we're going to be looking at the specs, uptime, which I think is extremely important, and also the customer service. These main areas, they really get you to have an idea as for what it is that Namecheap offers. So if you guys are familiar with the brand, you know that Namecheap specializes primarily in cheap domain names. I've purchased several domains from them, ranging from 88 cents all the way up to $8.88. And recently I just made a switch from GoDaddy to Namecheap primarily for that. But I noticed that Namecheap also has really affordable web hosting services. And one in particular is their new EasyWP plan itself. Now, if you look at their plans online, you'll notice that they have three plans that you can select from. There's the starter, turbo, and supersonic. And the thing about this that you'll notice off back is that one, it's very inexpensive to get it started, especially when you consider what managed WordPress services, charge in general. And then two, you'll notice the high volumes of traffic that each one of these plans can handle, which is amazing. And so if you look at the starter plan itself, if you're paying monthly, it's $3.88 per month. But if you're doing it yearly and you want to pay up front for the entire year, you can pay $22.88 for the entire year, which essentially will save you a lot of money. With the starter plan itself, it gives you 10 gigabytes of SSD storage, and this particular plan handles up to 50,000 visitors per month. Now, I think that the starter managed WordPress plan itself, I think it's ideal for beginners. If you're totally new to web hosting and this is going to be your very first website, I think the starter plan would be ideal. I say that because one, it's only $3.88 per month, and two, it handles up to 50,000 visits per month. If you're new, likely you don't have any visitors. You need to create, your blog, or you need to create your website and build it up over time. And you'll have plenty of leeway to do that with that high volume that they're allowing you to have with this plan. So 50,000 is more than enough. Most people don't get that each month, on their blogs. But again, with this managed WordPress plan itself, the starter, you can get started today for as little as $1, and you'll get 10 gigabytes of SSD storage along with 50,000 visitors per month that this plan handles for traffic. The turbo and the supersonic plans, I feel that these plans are more geared to larger websites and also people that are looking to create unlimited websites. So if you're an affiliate marketer, you're a network marketer, and you need to create like unlimited websites, maybe you have a particular niche that you're in and you want to create several mini sites, and you're looking to use, this particular WordPress plans itself, the turbo and the supersonic are ideal for that. The turbo gives you 50 gigabytes of SSD storage, so 5 times as much as the starter, and it'll handle up to 200,000 visitors per month, which is amazing. The supersonic gives you 100 gigabytes of SSD storage, and this one handles up to 500,000 visitors per month. So large, corporations, businesses, tech companies, if you have web traffic like that and you want to migrate your website over to Namecheap, great. I mean, they'll do it for free. There's a free site migration service that they have once you get started. Overall, Namecheap is very reliable. They have really fast page loads, 24/7 support. One of the things I want to mention about the support, that although the support is good, you should know in this Namecheap EasyWP review that the support itself is not phone-based, it's chat-based. So it's a chat service that's available 24/7, but it's only chat support. So it's not phone support. You should know that before you get started. But I've never had any issues with getting in contact with them. One of the things that you want to know also, I wanted to mention about some things you should know before you get started. And with this particular managed WordPress, it's not with the shared side of things, the shared web hosting itself, but with the managed WordPress, this specific product, the EasyWP, you can only use a domain that's registered with Namecheap. So if typically you buy like domains, like before I used to buy domains strictly through GoDaddy, and when I would buy them, I never hosted with GoDaddy, but what I would do is buy the domains at GoDaddy, and then what I would do is turn around and just point the name servers to whatever web host that it was that I was using. Like for example, I use SiteGround as well, Bluehost, WPX hosting. I mean, so they allow you to point your name servers to wherever. With EasyWP, you have to use a Namecheap registered domain, if that makes sense. So if you have a domain that you really, really want to use, but you want to create a website using this EasyWP platform, what you want to do first before you get started, before you set up your account, you want to transfer that domain to Namecheap. So, I mean, you could do that. It's really easy to do it. But that's something you want to do first before, trying out this managed WordPress platform. Again, you must use a Namecheap registered domain. So if you want to like port or transfer a domain like from the outside, from another domain registrar, you can do that. Bring it over to Namecheap, and from there you can start creating your website. If you just want to go the simple route, just get started today using the link below. Go ahead and purchase your domain itself, whatever it is that you want to call your website. And then you would just select the EasyWP plan itself that you want to go with. Those are some of the basic things that I wanted to mention to you guys in this EasyWP review itself that I think are extremely important for you to know. I mean, the cool thing is that they do have daily backups, which is great in the event, your website is down or it's hacked or whatever the issue is. I mean, that could happen with any web hosting company across the board, but what better thing to know, guys, that, you have daily backups that will automatically perform, and you can restore your website in the condition that it was before it was interrupted. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is uptime. Namecheap maintains an average of 99.9% uptime. Why is this important, and why should you know this before getting started with Namecheap's WordPress hosting? Well, you think about it. I mean, today you were searching online. You're probably watching this video on YouTube. You're probably watching it maybe on Google. Maybe you did a search specifically for Namecheap EasyWP review, or you're looking to find out more information about their WordPress services, and you found this video. But I mean, imagine if you were watching this video like on my website, or you click through and for some reason my website was down, or you got like an error message or something like that that didn't allow you to access, my website. Usually that would be, due to like an uptime error or uptime, problem. And that's something important that you should know, is that this figure, the 99.9%, is an extremely important figure when you're looking for web hosting that's reliable. All web hosting companies across the board, including Namecheap, experience downtime. Most web companies, program it, and they'll let you know ahead of time that on X day at X time, we're going to be unavailable. All web hosting companies experience that, and Namecheap is not the exception. So I wanted to mention those things up front because I think that, one, you need to have a web hosting company that is reliable, that's affordable, has 24/7 customer support in the event you have an issue with your website. That's a given. But, again, uptime is extremely important to know and to rest assured that your website will be online when it should be. There are a lot of Namecheap competitors out there that do provide, like manage WordPress, hosting itself. WP Engine is a very popular one that's out there. Really don't like them. A lot of people have had problems with them, like overcharging for a lot of things that you could get probably free somewhere else. GoDaddy, you can see them as well. I mentioned them in part before, but you can see like a side-by-side comparison of these three. Just taking the first tier of this EasyWP hosting plan that gives you 10 gigabytes. You can see GoDaddy gives you the same, WP Engine gives you the same, but what's outstanding about EasyWP is obviously the web traffic itself. The web traffic and also the price point. So, you're saving a lot of money going with Namecheap's EasyWP product itself. I think it's a very reliable web hosting platform to use to create your next website. But I don't want you to take my word for it. This is just my personal Namecheap EasyWP review. You can get started today. Namecheap does have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if it doesn't work out for you, you think that, this is not the best, plan for you, you get a 100% money-back guarantee, hands down. So I've been using Namecheap for quite some time, and I really, really believe in their services. Yes, it is inexpensive. Yes, it is cheap, but I think that you don't really have to pay a lot of money across the board for anything to get, something that's reliable. And so if you're ready to get started today, with your website, the only thing that you need to do is just first select which plan that you think would be best, for your web hosting needs. Today we went over the starter, turbo, and supersonic plans that they offer. They'll let you get started for as little as $1 with the starter plan, $2 with the turbo, and $3 with the supersonic. And so, obviously you'll save more money on the front and back end if you pay up front for the entire year. This is very, very inexpensive. The $22.88, a lot of managed WordPress providers out there charge this per month or more. If you want to know about some alternatives that, also provide managed WordPress hosting, I'll drop some links below. That way you guys can look at them and just have a comparison, with Namecheap and what really, sets them apart. All right. That's my personal take on Namecheap, their WordPress hosting itself. As I mentioned in the beginning of this review, that they also do have shared hosting as well, which is also very expensive and inexpensive. If you're interested, more in that, you can definitely give them a try as well. All right. You guys take care. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks.